The greatest skill a salesperson has is listening.
Make sure that your human salespeople excel in those fields where computers are not good at.
Help me make sense of that information. And that's where you can build trust very, very quickly.
So hello everybody, here today with me I have Janice Gordon, and she's a keynote speaker, author, and a consultant who specializes in helping businesses develop their customer experience and relationships and increase their revenue. So hello Janice, how are you today?
I'm loving this event, I'm really enjoying it.
So nice to have you in Lithuania, so nice to have you in Sales Formula for the first time, right?
Yes, exactly.
Hoping to see more.
Hopefully not the last.
Hopefully not the last, hopefully not the last. So today, Janice, I have a few questions for you about sales. And it's all about, just having a conversation and, let's see where it takes us.
Yes.
So first of all, I wanted to ask you, what are some of the biggest challenges facing salespeople today, and how can those people overcome them actually?
Yeah, so one of the biggest challenges is that customers are doing it for themselves. They don't really need salespeople in the traditional sense. Customers are going a good 80% of the journey, the buying journey, on their own, whether it's online or whether it's in person. Certainly post-COVID, most people have been taught to do their own research because they didn't have access. And so we really need to change the way that we think about sales. And the sales process, a lot of it is redundant. The sales stack, all of the apps and technology we use in sales is just making the process so much more complicated. So we need to strip that out. And the thing that we need to focus on is the customer's experience, and in particular, the buying experience. Because unless you get the buying experience right, you're not going to have a customer to give them an experience.
Sure.
So my focus really is on the buying experience, and from a sales point of view, really understanding what is the journey the buyer is going on. What journey do they want to go on? Do they enjoy going on? Do they need to going on? What is the value they're getting out of the conversation they're having with you? What is the priorities that they're trying to achieve? Not just their needs, but the things that are more immediate. So this is not dealt with in the sales process, which is focused on what we want to sell you, and we're asking you enough questions so that we can sell to you. This is really focusing on you as a buyer, you as a customer, what experience you want, what outcomes, what are your priorities. Now I understand that, I can better guide you or provide a journey you can do on your own until you need me. So I'm giving you the right information at the right time because you've told me that's the journey you want to go on. Where does the sales process come into that? It doesn't. Okay. It's all about the buyer's journey. And we need to think more about the customer outcomes. We need to think about the buyer's journey. That's what needs to change.
Okay, and you mentioned COVID, right? So
yes.
Do you feel like something changed within the buyer's journey after COVID hit the world?
Yes, it changed it, but the buyers want self-service. They're not interested in you as a salesperson anymore. They want to do it on their own. And it's really hard for us to take that. So give our customers what they want. Allow them to carry out the journey they want. So as a salesperson, you're a relationship builder. You're refining what their needs and their priorities. Priorities make buyers buy more immediately. They're more willing to spend their money on. So you're taking a consultative approach when you're in their buying system. But until you get into their buying system, you've got to give the customer, the buyer, what they want when they want it. So the information, the checklist, accessing demos on their own, thought leadership information, helping the buyers to decide what's important in the buying process, what's the important criteria. That is the material and the content that you need to provide, and always giving them access to you when they want it, as opposed to you forcing them down a process that they don't want to go on and they're not ready to go on and it's not right for them. So that's what's changed. They're leading the process. prior to COVID, you had an input into it, but now they are absolutely leading the process. So we need to understand that, and we need to change the way that we allow buyers to buy and provide them the right information at the right time.
These are very valuable points, so I hope you're taking notes, whoever is watching this video. Now, I also wanted to ask you a little bit more about salespeople and their skill set. Do you feel or do you see some changes that, you know, salespeople these days, they need to have some different kind of skills than before? And what are those skills?
Well, the greatest skill a salesperson has is listening. Listening and picking up on the clues. It's not talking. It's listening, and then being able to respond to what you hear in a consultative way. So if you think about, I was speaking, I taught buyers your best innovators and creators. They absolutely know, they start solving the problem immediately. And what we used to do as salespeople, we used to think we had all of the answers. And now, buyers, if you think buyers have all of the answers, customers have all of the answers, how can we consultatively get them in so that we co-create the solution together? So it's not I'm driving them to my solution, I'm driving them to the best solution to achieve their priority and their outcome. So a salesperson, the skill is listening, listening for the clues, and then it's working in a consultative way so that I can help you, buyer, achieve what you want. I'm putting together the package, the framework, so that you can get what you want. So the salesperson now is the person from a consultant point of view puts together that package. So bringing in all the relevant people, bringing in all the relevant tools, having the relevant conversations. So that's, you hold that space. And it is really powerful. And it's not you're controlling, you're not directing, you're holding that space. You're allowing the customer to co-create with you.
So as you can see, as you can hear, listening is still one of the most important skills when it comes to sales, sales actions. Before we wrap it up, I also wanted to talk with you a little bit about women in sales.
Yes, my favorite subject.
You mentioned that to me before, and I also follow the topic, and I am a salesperson myself. And I do see that we lack more women and more diversity when it comes to sales. What do you think? Where is it going?
Well, let me tell you, women are the best sellers. They are the most successful sellers. They are the most successful sellers. There's certain natural skills they have. They're very good listeners. It's not all about them. They're not talking at you. There's natural things that women do, and they build relationships. And that's what's relevant in this day and age going forward. They're natural negotiators and consolidators of information. So every woman out there, you're great at sales, let me tell you, right? So what we need to do is we need to have more women on platforms, on stages like this, because I often have conversation with women where they're in sales, but they don't see enough sales leaders. They don't see enough sales influencers. They don't see enough women and diverse people talking about this industry. So they don't have role models. So they may have managers, and there's a lot of managers that are not great at managing a diverse team. So they often need to reach out and get networks outside of the industry that they're in, connect with people out. LinkedIn is brilliant. Connect with as many sales women leaders as possible. Form your own networks, because you are great at sales. You're great at sales, but you just don't always have the support. So whenever you go to events, ask the event organizers, where are the women? Where is the representation? You need to be the people that are driving this. This is what you need in order to do, this is who you want to hear from. So, I absolutely love this subject. I'm always talking about the importance of diversity in sales. So, make your voice heard. That's what I would say.
Thank you so much for your thoughts. I think they will inspire lots and lots of women that are listening to this, and also men who are listening and maybe not seeing so many colleagues that are women in their team, in their sales team. for the very ending of the interview, I wanted to ask you, what would you advise to salespeople that are just starting their sales journey? What would you tell them? How would you, make sure that they go in the right way? What steps they could take?
Understand the way you like to purchase. What do you like salespeople to say to you? What information do you need? How do you like to be approached? And that's your starting point. How do you like to be sold to? Do you like someone pushing it down your throat, or do you like someone that's interested in you? And that's a really good starting point. If you start with that at your core, you really want to provide value to that person, you really want to understand what their needs are, you're going to do well in sales.
Thank you so much. As you can hear from Janice's advice, you always need to start first by listening, by understanding who your target audience is, who are your clients, listen to what they're saying. And also we in Lithuania, we have Lithuanian Sales Association, where we are gathering people from sales and helping them start their journey. And we're also inspiring each other while being a part of this association. So I hope you join the association pretty soon. Thank you so much. It's been a pleasure as well. And I hope to see you next year.
Yeah, I hope so too.